an asset like home ownership would allow those folks who have been dealing with generational poverty for generations to actually get out of poverty. And we focus mainly, well, not mainly, exclusively on families with children, because we want to impact the children, and we know how important stable housing is to their well-being, educationally, health-wise. The kind of challenge for folks in Kent County is that a lot of the housing stock is really old. Hadn't been a lot of new, and a lot of it's really old. So we actually were thinking about whether we wanted to rehab or whether we wanted to build new. We actually have done both, and we think we will continue to do both. Adding to the housing inventory is an important piece of this. Breaking folks out of poverty through the asset of homeownership is a big piece. And of course, helping our families acquire the skills necessary to break out of poverty, and those are mostly financial management kinds of skills. That's the work that was the closest fit with the Women and Girls Fund, because 75% of our family applicants are single moms. When we started Kent Attainable Housing and needed to develop, now this was an all-volunteer organization to start, we were trying to run that applicant program with all volunteers, and we really felt like we needed somebody to staff that position. So we had applied to the Women and Girls Fund for a part-time contractual position to help coordinate our applicants. They funded us the first year for a 20-hour-a-week position. Well, they funded us $10,000 to provide that, and it was a godsend. We were able to get our data system up and running so that we could actually track progress, which is critical for funding, grant writing, and grant reporting. We were able to run classes. We were using the Cecil County Housing Counselor to do our the HUD certified first-time homebuyers classes. They have been wonderful. We have 38 of our 54 families have completed that first-time homebuyers class. With, again, HUD certification. We've offered a lot of classes on the side, mostly around the areas that I had just described before. Our biggest challenge for our applicants is qualifying for the loan. Many of our folks have not had credit, or in the case of one of our applicants, she co-signed for a friend's car payment, and the friend defaulted, and that killed her credit score, so debt, or just can't get credit. So there's lots of challenges there for our folks. So that's one that we've been focusing on very, very heavily. But I don't know what we would have done without that first boost from the Women and Girls Fund. And then this past year, they funded us as well for continuation of some leadership training as part of our applicants.
I mean, I feel what is so unique about what they're doing is they're enabling women, working moms, the opportunity to not only buy a home, but we all know, as cliche as it is, that knowledge truly is power. So by educating them, giving them first financial literacy to even qualify, but then opportunities to have continued education, and that's what really set them apart in this program, is that continued education. Not only obviously somebody can have a home that they inherit, but they're inheriting the skills and the model of a parent that has sought out the resources so that they are equipped to not only purchase a home, but continue to manage their budget and keep their home. Well, you know, I come from a single mom who raised 4 children, and you know, as I've gotten older, nothing makes me more proud than the work that my mom did to empower not only herself but her children. And it really does truly, it doesn't stop with them. It really enables the children to be, you know, independent and seek education and seek opportunities and honestly be incredibly hardworking.